Well, it probably would, but the possibility of me reaching such an end might as well have been zero. Sorami looked away again, buff with the complexion of the skin of her neck. Could tell she was trying to hide her flushed face again.
I kind of, think that it would be nice if we could spend our lives like that. For real.
Normal days. Normal life. She was telling me she wanted to share them with me. And I, without a moment's hesitation, proceeded to embellish the conversation with a lie. Me too. A tremor ran along Sorami's shoulders.
I'm kind of drunk right now.
Yeah, I know.
So, whatever happens now, it's the booze doing it, alright?
Huh? She faced me. Her flushed face drew closer. Could neither resist nor run away. Couldn't even flinch, as if bound by some imaginary shackles. She was talking about being drunk and all that, but her eyes seemed dead serious. Her lips touched mine. When the smell of citrus, caressing my nostrils was the smell of love. I felt bad by staring her face from so up close, so I too closed my eyes. We were drunk, both her and I. She made me drunk. Somebody drew away and I opened my eyes. She gazed at me with drowsy eyes. I don't think being drunk is a good enough excuse for this. A shadow painted across Sorami's face as she was about to start apologizing.
I'm sorry, but...
I covered her lips with mine again. Her subtle expression was quite a sight. Sorami spent quite a while gazing at my face absent-mindedly. Suddenly, her eyes flared up. She vigorously shook her head from side to side. Then she glared at me with teary eyes.
You just...
I felt it would be unfair if I didn't get a chance for revenge.
What do you mean by that? And you slid something into my mouth, too. I didn't feel pure at all. It was totally indecent.
Her words fell on deaf ears. Calm down, Sorami.
How the hell can I calm down in a situation like this, you twit?
I was drunk too.
Huh?
She cocked her head to the side, her expression blank. I was drunk. Could have been helped. I smiled at her. She widened her eyes as if suddenly met by some odd phenomenon. Under starry sky chaos, 1,000 excuses on her lips, exchanged 2 kisses. And so the day following the banquet of madness.
I was really drunk.
Sorami was kneeling in front of me. It didn't feel right to stand in such a situation, so I kneeled as well, leveling our eyes. Well, I knew you were.
I'm sorry for everything. I mean, it was surely alcohol that made me do it, but it's not like I would most definitely never would have thought about it in a normal state either, and... What I mean is that what I told you yesterday wasn't a lie. Rather, I couldn't lie because of the alcohol, and, what was I talking about again?
We're both drunk. Let's leave it at that. My memories of yesterday were blurry and vague, as if they were merely remnants of a dream. I can remember when we exchanged a kiss, but I could not for the life of me recall what led us to it. On news that I had the time of my life. There's no denying that fact.
disappointed?
No. Are you?
No way! If anything, I'm thankful. It made me happy, and it was fun, and, it made my heart race.
I see. Well, I suppose that settled that. All I wished for was for her to raise her head.
What about you? Are you regretting it?
I'm glad it was you. She suddenly raised her head, face, and lurched towards me.
Glad? Are you sure? You're talking about me, you know? Wouldn't you have preferred Raziel or Lilith?
I was not sure why she brought those two up, but you're the only one I ever thought of doing that too. Sorami, flushing bright red, returned to her kneeling posture. I asked her to look up, but she covered her face instead and shook her head.
No, I don't want you to see me now. I'm so embarrassed. I feel like I'm gonna die. I'll bounce back right away, so just give me some time alone, alright?
I couldn't get her to raise her face in the end. Meanwhile, countless demons and angels lay dead in a cold floor of the banquet hall, or gym. The group of dandelions seemed to have toppled over in the middle of a snake dance. Belial was lying unconscious, seemingly terrified of what he had seen in the hand mirror he still clutched tightly. Things didn't look too good. Raziel seemed to be frozen in time in a sitting position, eyes expressionless as those of dead fish. Things didn't look too good. Camael, who was supposed to keep things in check, lay slumped in a corner with 3 bottles still in his mouth. We were in serious trouble here.
Suna?
Wait, this can't be Tessa narrating. Who's this narrating? Is it Raziel? Go for it, Angel.
Lilith, who lied closest to my feet, waved me to come closer.
Oh, wait, it is me. Okay. Yeah.
Ah, it's you, hun.
Yeah, we should be on our way. Lilith?
Let's put off our pilgrimage for one day. I can't. My body won't.
A tirade of convulsive seizures seemed to have assaulted her. But I was sure she was going to be all right. After all, she was our Lilith. It's like we would venture to Third Stratum today. Oh well. I never thought of loneliness as a term torment. I certainly thought so pain. I knew it to be true. The whole world belonged to me. I ruminated on the idea. Laughable. Should have laughed it off. Obey my orders when not a thought for yourselves. Oh, we will. Oh, we won't think. You could carve indignity into my flesh. Could hurt both my body and soul. That was the extent of your powers, wasn't it? Wait and see. Wait and see, I tell you. One day I shall turn this world upside down. Turn over. Shall squish your world like I do the yolk by flipping a frying egg. Let me sing my raison d'etre of hatred to the world, for hatred is the sole ruler of my heart. The simplest of motives, the simplest of reasons. Yet, it was everything to me. Yes, that's how it's supposed to be. Wasn't revenge and hatred the only things that let me move forward? Yet, I felt I was losing track of them as of late. A cursed thorn had dug into my heart, one that I could have probably pried out, had only tried. Yet I couldn't bring myself to. It was a small, minuscule thorn that had made me vaguely recall a part of my old self. I couldn't bring myself to pry it out. I suppose it was the reason for my madness. It was the reason for why my heart fell apart without the need of chorus whispers in my ears. I shan't turn back. I shan't consider the motion. I mean, how could I? For this world has already met its end. Stuck back? Yes, go ahead. I think there's some other narrator, so Frank, go for it, narrate.
He was at his heels. No matter how fast he ran, no matter how fast he flew, the pursuer was at his heels, always matching his speed perfectly. He didn't try to catch him, but nor would he let him get away. There was but one meaning behind this exercise: applying pressure.
You bastard! I remember you! I remember you now! Why are you trying to kill me?
A faint smile seemed to run across the lips of the angel. Uriel, the divine flame itself that oversaw the gates of hell, was now but a lowly fugitive.
God damn it! My mind might have succumbed to madness, but I can still tell you're a complete bastard!
I think this might be Adam.
Then shouldn't you punish me for my sins?
Uriel stopped running. His heart, almost bursting from terror, continued to pump ether through his veins. The two landed down on the ground and faced each other. It was only then that Uriel could finally remember the name of the one he faced with clarity.
Have you not lost your mind?
The man seemed as if he had been formed from metal and ice, crystal arms, steel torso, silver legs. His artificial-looking frame resembled neither angels, nor demons, nor humans, nor anything living for that matter.
You mean, have I too been driven mad by the chorus? Those are merely whispers that accelerate natural mental deterioration. A prayer to save those who could not bear the truth of this world. 'Tis naught but a fleeting buzz for those familiar with the truth. Those that have true ambition burning in their hearts. You don't mean...
The angel shook his head in response to Uriel's feral outburst.
Wait, Nolan, you do this voice.
No, I merely exploited this situation for my own purposes. It was someone else who tainted God.
You think I'd believe you at this point?
The man shrugged.
Is believing or not believing an issue for us at present? Even faith in God has been quite obfuscated these days, has it not? Hatred rears its ugly head once more. You might look normal on the surface, but inside, all you are wishing for is to punish the entirety of this world. Alas, even you have succumbed to perdition.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And what will I gain if I hold my tongue? All I did was share my opinion. Do you wish to punish me, Uriel? Or do you, with your mind in that state, still grasp the difference between our powers and are looking for an opening to flee in fear?
I shan't run away! I will deliver just punishment unto you, even if it's the last thing I do!
Uriel raised his right hand.
Sheol of Tartarus!
The steel bolt that sealed the gates of hell was his weapon. The angel remained impassive.
The bolt that was used to seal the gates of hell. The mere sight of it could drive a lesser demon to suicide. Yet it is merely a relic of the past. It is not but a trite gadget in the eyes of someone who lords over the future.
The angel readied his own weapon. It seemed like a short wand to Uriel at first, but soon he realized his eyes had momentarily fooled him. A twinkling silver light, hell-bent on obliterating all matter that it came in contact with, shot out of both ends of the wand. Black particles flickered around it, eventually merging with the white beam. The result? A black thread running along the white blade. It seemed like a double-bladed sword at first glance, but its blades were far too long. One would have to stretch the limits of language to call that thing a sword at this point. It was a weapon of pure, condensed annihilation. 1,000 would die seeing it drawn. 10,000 would follow after its single swing. It was a wicked tool that would permit such mad causation.
What in heavens is this?
It is a weapon from the future. All your trinkets from the legends of the past are mere trash before its glory. A weapon of divine destruction, the harbinger of ash. Come at me with all your power, O flame god. I shall show you the vast rift between our might. Curse the past and return to dust. The future of my making has already defined your end.
Shut the hell up!
Rage exploded in Uriel's heart, sweeping his fear away. He lunged at the insolent angel. The bolt in his hand was a close-quarters weapon. Steel clashed against silver light. Despite the clear difference in weight, the two weapons entered into a deadlock. The sheer strength of their swing seemingly equal.
Ha!
Uriel tried using feints and agility to put the angel off balance. His opponent, however, readied his weapon and took a single swing in response. The next moment, everything around him, buildings, roads, the space itself, turned to ash.
Perhaps you are hard of hearing. You cannot defeat me with relics of the past, even the mightiest of them all. Longinus could hardly put a scratch on me the way I am now.
Not giving his obliterated surroundings a look, Uriel glared at the angel.
You bastard! If you had this much power, couldn't you save us? Couldn't you avert what transpired in heaven?
Fortunately, such prospects are beneath me. I am a being that lives in the future. Why should I preoccupy myself with the dull place erected by someone in the past?
Dismissing Uriel's curses without batting an eye, the angel delivered his testimony, strong and steadfast.
But God made you too!
Indeed, my sole regret, and alone taint to my name, was that I had lost the chance to make myself.
Blasphemer!
Give up and drown in the mire of the past where you belong. You shall pray there in futility, stuck for all eternity.
Following the merciless declaration, the angel shoved the tip of his big blade into Uriel's chest.
Impulse.
The man's arms froze.
Prophecy!
The bolt in Uriel's hand suddenly shattered to pieces, becoming something akin to a fragmentation. Its metal fragments flew towards and dug into the flesh of the angel. Without a moment of faltering, Uriel fled. He ran, he flew, he did anything to escape. From the 6th stratum towards the 5th, from the 5th to the 4th, from the 4th to the 3rd, he fled in desperation, plummeting like falling meteor. Pain, anguish, desperation. Grasping at the non-existent hope, he ran from certain death in the same fashion one runs from reality. And at the end of his road, he finally found Zach.
That's...
He spotted those eyes that could see through the devil himself. He was there. There was no mistake.
Pilgrims!
That was the one he had to erase no matter what. Reaffirming his holy mission, Uriel vaulted towards the group with carnage on his mind. They say, or this might be in class.
Okay. Say two's company, three's a crowd. Oh, Sorami. Wait.
No, it's you.
Okay, it is. And we'll have still been perfectly fine with our 4. Lilith, Raziel, Sorami, and myself. Unfortunately...
Who would have thought we would set out on a pilgrimage as a group of 6?
The more the merrier. And I bet easier, too.
You think so? I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about relying on numbers like this.
But probability of our survival is definitely higher this way.
Cristina, Sorami, is the chorus bothering you two yet?
I have a light headache, and it's a bit grating on the ears, but that's about it.
Indeed, the unsettling whispers of the angels want to reach us if we let our guards down, had yet to become a serious issue. They would snicker, they promise us happiness, they pray for us. Countless voices merge into one divine chant that, upon traversing our ear canals, would try to take root inside our minds. All whispered a single phrase, abandoned thoughts. A curse potent enough to revert men back into beasts. A very pleasant, liberating temptation that filled my heart with naught but contempt. For now I had nanomachines tamper my brain, reduce the volume of the voices to the minimum.
Well, I already got used to most of your peculiarities. Just try not to short-circuit anything over there, alright?
Lilith let out a sigh.
Well, that aside,
The dome seems to be bursting into flames over there.
yep. How kind of that guy to leave us a signpost. We won't need to waste time on scouring the area, at least.
Tendo Setsuna.
Adam suddenly called out to me. What do you want?
You do not need to come.
His dismissal was so abrupt, I couldn't help cocking my head. Why?
A man that has yet to discover his raison d'etre is nothing but a hindrance. In any case, it has been decided that we should lead the way this time. I am merely proposing the most effective approach.
I took a deep breath. I was alright. My mind was calm as a lake. Calm as a lake. Oh, I see. I understand. Roger that.
I'm glad you do. We shall be on our way.
With that, Adam flew into the air, Eve falling right after him. All I could do was awkwardly seat him off. Sorami, what do you want to do?
I have full confidence in your ability to protect me, Captain.
Sorami gave me a hearty smile. I was about to step forward as both Lilith and Raziel grasped her respective shoulders.
Regrettably, starting from the third stratum, we too will have to start participating in the game.
We'll make sure no one blasts you away, so don't worry.
Huh? But I'm fine. Setsuna's protecting me just fine.
I think it's more efficient to have more people protecting you.
Well, I guess that's true, but...
In any case, let's head on.
Right. Come after me, Lilith. Raziel?
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Lilith and Raziel responded in perfect unison. We proceeded to give each other a high five and everything, but I decided against making a comment. It's most likely you know Wataru, boy who devoured the archdemon Ons, the astrologer of flames, that currently ruled over the third stratum. As Adam had insisted, it was his turn to challenge the master of the stratum first. Seeing Camael and the others wanted to test him in a real battle scenario, make sure there were no problems with his current design. It was angels, not God, who made this atom, after all. No one could really tell if he was the perfect creation or not, if he had what it took to become a hero for mankind. Adam himself didn't seem to doubt his capabilities or fate, though. I fully embraced his role. With Sorami's hand in mine, I soared through the sky. It's probably a good idea to head for Tokyo Dome first. I was a bit worried as raging flames might be a bit too much for Sorami to handle. Sorami, can you breathe alright? Are you hot?
I think I can take it. I don't know how to put it, but I feel like some sort of weird energy is filling my body from inside.
Oh, the nanomachines. I almost forgot I injected her with some. They're probably regulating her temperatures out of their own volition. Well, doubt they would cause her any harm, so I guess leaving them alone was the best course of action for now. We're soaring through the sky at our own pace, and Sorami suddenly let out a confused cry.
Huh?
What is it?
Flames.
Directed my gaze towards the flame she pointed at. Blazing ferociously moments before, they seemed to lose their vigor and turned to simmering embers in hardly a blink of an eye. You already did it? The disappearance of flames meant that the master had lost dominion over the stratum, or, in other words, was no longer among the living.
That was fast. Did he kill the guy without lending an ear to his piece?
Actually, I think he failed to read the mood. I jumped Noe Wataru while he was still in the middle of introducing himself. It'd be just like him to ignore the common courtesy and... Though, now that I thought about it, that's how real battles should be fought, shouldn't they? We reached Tokyo Dome. Luckily, the flames had destroyed the bigger half of the structure's roof, so we could easily land directly on the baseball field within it. Found Adam and Eve lingering there aloof. Adam? He glanced at me and cocked his head to the side.
Did you kill him?
Him? You mean a master?
Yes.
What? I just flew after you at my own pace.
That means someone else must have killed him. In some different location.
Could Lilith have done it? Or Raziel?
Since Eve said that, Lilith and Raziel dropped down from the sky. Both of them were perplexed expressions.
What? We just came here, and we didn't see anyone else on the way.
can't sense any magic from this place anymore. The master of the stratum is definitely no longer among the living. Yet you're saying no one here killed him?
Mystery?
Yeah, a total mystery indeed.
I predict this mystery will be solved within a minute.
Huh? Why?
Look above.
Everyone directed their gazes towards where Raziel pointed her finger. Some sort of an object seemed to have been falling down from the sky, inside of which made Sorami let out a small cry.
Person there!
What? I couldn't watch him hit the ground and die like this. I jumped into the air and caught the human shape in my arms. Soon realized I was wasting my efforts, clothes to which I thought brown at first glance seemed to have only taken on a color after being charred to ash. 2 deep holes gaped from where the body's eyes were supposed to be. They were likely incinerated by extremely potent flames. Did Noe Waturi do this? Everyone came to inspect my finest laying on the ground. Sorami, don't look. I covered the body from her sight, but she just let out an apologetic laugh.
Sorry. Too late.
So she saw it already. All others here were used to the carnage of the battlefield, but I wish I could at least spare her from the sight.
Fine. I'm alright. I mean, the first thing I saw when I opened my eyes in this world was a mountain of corpses, right? Alright, I don't think I'll ever get used to this.
Regarding Sorami at the corner of my eyes, I proceeded to inspect the body. Judging from the uneven burns on the skin, say he died just moments ago.
Do you believe him to be one of Hinoe Wataru's victims?
Under normal circumstances, I certainly would. If that was the case, what happened to the killer?
Have you checked his pockets?
I checked the pockets of the half-burnt jeans, but the remains of some sort of a pouch. Probably used to be his wallet. Carefully unfolded leather remains that still felt hot to the touch. Checked if there was anything telling of his master's identity inside. Found a half-melted card. Pulled it out and glanced at his name panel. Barely made him out, but the letters on it spelled Noe Waturu. Everyone fell silent. Soon we solved one mystery and another one arose. If he was Noe Wataru, then the reason why the flames so abruptly disappeared was indeed clear as day. With its master dead, that their stratum should return to its usual state. That was normal. The problem was,
Who on earth killed him?
Adam was the thought that everyone had in their minds. But he didn't just die. He was the one who consumed Ons, the demon of flames, yet had been burned to death. Fish drowning would have been made more sense.
Who could possibly burn Avna to death?
Someone whose flames are more potent than his?
Lilith and Raziel exchanged glances, tension nestling on their faces.
You know of someone like that?
Yeah, no, I don't. Or rather, I wish I didn't.
You wish? What on earth is going on, Lilith? What's going on, Raziel?
The one Lilith is thinking of is probably the same I am. The problem is that it would make our situation so bad we'd rather not consider this possibility.
Could it be?
As if to respond to Eve's question, Sorami suddenly shuddered and directed her eyes up into the sky.
He's coming.
No one had time to react to her cry. Something akin to a missile suddenly whooshed across the sky and started at us with overflowing malice.
Ass to ass!
It's Juriel after all!
Everyone, dodge!
Uriel? That Uriel? The overseer of hell, administrator of divine punishment, living incarnation of God's anger, a member of the highest caste of angels, the seraphs, and the four master angels. At the same time, I was hit by a revelation. To me, the name Uriel was flame of God. Mere mortal flames could not possibly equal him.
Fed up! I'm fed up! I can't take this anymore!
Sorry.
The dialogue's gone! The world shall burn to ash and return to nothingness! Oh, universe, embrace my divine flame and return to your proper state!
Howling like a mad dog, Uriel ready to steal a bolt in his hands. The bolt used to seal the gates of hell.
Sibyl's prophecy! End of world the trumpet flingeth, and equal death to all it bringeth! Perish, mortals!
The steel bolt exploded into countless pieces of shrapnel.
Dodge!
At that moment, I thought, I'd tackle Sorami in hopes of putting her out of harm's way. Just steel fragments that went after us were like a tiny nuclear warhead. They exploded as soon as they hit the ground, devastating everything in their surrounding area. Sorami in my arms, I was about to look for an escape route when Adam caught my eyes.
The incarnation of flame of God itself in such a state. Should I accuse you of having a weak mind? Or should I feel awe towards this Tokyo Babel that has driven even you mad?
Adam was the only one standing, covering Eve behind his back. He caught the steel shrapnel bomb flying out of him with his bare hands.
What? Adam! Indeed. O new master of the third stratum, I will put you out of your misery.
The steel shrapnel scorching the skin of his palm did not faze him at all. He threw it back at Uriel, using it as a projectile. Unable to dodge it perfectly, the Master Angel was left with a deep cut running across his cheek.
Eve, ready my lance.
Right away.
Eve pulled a lance out of a pocket dimension in one wide motion. As soon as a snow-white glimmer caught Uriel's eyes, he jumped away, letting out an air-piercing shriek. He took a long weapon of pure white with soaked in Saint's blood. He reached up to 2, maybe 3 meters in length. Racing the world at the same time as the Holy Grail, witness to the death of the great saint, was told to grant the hegemony of the world to his wielder. The name of the lance that King Arthur used to skewer his traitorous son, Mordred, pierced the thing with a steel shield.
The bleeding lance! Indeed, a holy lance that once cast a curse on mankind. However, its potency is enough to slay a seraph like yourself, Uriel. Accursed thing! Prepare yourself.
Adam vaulted into the sky towards Uriel. The seraph features twisted into a mask of raw malice, but his attention seemed to be directed at someone else, down below.
Adam, you're in the way! Get out of my sight!
He ready to steal a bolt that had returned back to his hand in its original state. A lunge at Adam. Clicking his tongue, the original man wielded his spear with the ferocity of a machine gun, his thrust assaulting Uriel in volleys. Rather than trying to cover a wide area with wings, he put the bet on a single successful thrust, granting victory.
Lucifer Almighty. Is he like an Omni-Master or martial art? Nope, that's not right. Is he like an Omni-Master of martial arts?
Raziel gave Lilith a solemn nod.
Every angel in Tokyo Babel joins hands to create Adam. We were going for overwhelming power as opposed to originality. He possesses and suppresses the powers of all heroes that ever trod our earth. He is an unrivaled master of fencing, of archery, and of wielding guns. He is the mightiest warrior as well as the most potent of magicians.
So that was your concept for him.
Yes, the plan was actually set in motion from a while back already, but
Should I keep the sidelines?
Lord Tendo, I am deeply sorry.
Just looking at the battle from the sidelines, with nothing significant to do, filled me with frustration and shame. I could barely contain myself.
Setsuna, that angel you guys call Uriel seemed hurt pretty badly. Sorry, remember that bit.
Oh, okay.
Setsuna, that angel you guys called Uriel seemed hurt pretty badly.
I glanced up the sky, but soon gave up an idea of confirming her words. Can't quite make them out moving at the speed. Can you actually see them?
Yep, to the slightest of details. I beat you at something.
Sorami puffed up with pride, and I could definitely agree with her gloating. It's a feat hardly anyone could achieve. Adam and Uriel were currently at a distance that quite exceeded the capabilities of human eyes. I couldn't tell Uriel tried fleeing or if Adam considered his safety and lured him away. At this point, a normal man would hardly be able to distinguish the shapes from specks of dust dancing in the air. Those with exceptional powers like Lilith, Raziel, or myself could probably vaguely tell what specks were doing. That was about it. We could guess who had the upper hand, but seeing through a wound sustained through it prior to the battle was far beyond our capabilities. Gethel's eyes were impressive indeed. You think he has stayed in this battle with Inoue Wataru? If so, that boy too must have been quite formidable indeed.
No, that's not it. Inoue Wataru died in a single hit.
Sorami?
All four of us directed our attention to Sorami. She, her expression distant, observed Adam and Uriel's bout. The golden eyes saw through everything.
Attacked Mr. Uriel, but got burned to a crisp in a split second. There was nothing he could do. A mere demon's flame couldn't compare to that of God's.
The eyes saw through the truth of everything, reaching further and further.
So someone else must have hurt Mr. Uriel before he came here.
Listening to those words for a moment, I was overcome by terror. What if her eyes could see through to my very soul?
You can tell things like that?
Sorami nodded at the gaping Lilith.
I could tell how Inoue Wataru died from the state of his corpse. I could tell how Mr. Uriel got hurt from the state of his wound. I don't know why. It wasn't Inoue that carved the wound into Mr. Uriel's flesh. It was done by a weapon much more vile than anything he possessed. And I think it was done by the hands of an angel. The mightiest angel of them all.
Raziel turned pale as a ghost.
An angel. The way you phrase it doesn't make it sound like he's one of our allies.
I think his name is...
Sorami tried to finish her words. An aberration swept across the sky. The beam condensed destruction, obliterating all and everything in its path, closing in on us at lightning speed. Sorami! I caught Sorami in my arms and tried to escape, but I was too late. The light enveloped me. I could barely tell that Lilith and Raziel started towards us, probably hoping to use their magic to protect us. But they, too, were too late. Exceedingly suddenly, extraordinarily abrupt, my life came to an end. I lost consciousness. Fragments of my past flashed before my eyes. Past that was short, that was dense, that was mad. past I wish to do away with. So my existence vanished from this world.
What the hell was that?
Lilith rose up with a groan. Raziel jumped to inspect her tablet for possible damage. Alan next to Eve stood there in a daze.
Uriel's dead. The third stratum is now free.
Congratulations. Was that last blast something akin to Uriel's death throw or something?
Adam cocked his head to the side.
I took it for your artillery support.
What? That thing came from the sky, you know.
Seemed like Lilith's words succeeded in only puzzling Adam further.
Did you see anyone else in the sky besides Uriel and myself?
Everyone shook their heads in silence.
That is very strange.
Something wrong, Raziel?
I feel like we're forgetting something.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I feel like I'm forgetting something too.
What could it be?
Wait, Frank, you narrate this.
Lilith placed her arm on her forehead and let out a groan.
It was something very important, I think.
An important, precious existence.
In any case, this stratum should be fine now. I would like to go back and have my vitals checked.
Roger. Let's go back as soon as I find the doors back to Pandora.
The three proceeded to walk away, but Lilith continued to gaze at the sky absent-mindedly, trying her best to remember.
Something was here. Or rather, someone was here.
Her memories dispersed like sand in the wind. She could not recall the name no matter how hard she tried. Was there more than one person with them? 2? 3? Was it a man? A woman? An angel? Demon? A human? Something else entirely? No information. Her brain held no record. Blank, blank, blank.
God damn it! What's going on here?
There was no one to answer Lilith's cry. And when you, Cloud?
In the end, the angel did not quite erase my existence. He merely transferred it from the past to the future. And when this world lived in both the past and the present, the moment one took a step forward was the moment his former place had turned to past and his future became his present. Future was the goal, a dream, a hope, and it was despair. It's not a place for one to occupy. And yet, seeing was currently precisely there. Where is this? Sodom shook my head. Luckily, it didn't seem I was hurt. What on earth happened back there? Where was this place? Nolan.
Nah.
It was human-shaped, something in front of my eyes. Oh, it was a blur. A vague silhouette of someone I couldn't make out who it was, no matter how hard I squinted my eyes. Who are you?
Setsuna! Setsuna!
Yeah? Someone was calling my name. I knew this voice. Calm down. Remember. I reached out to the silhouette. A sight betrayed me. I didn't know if I could trust my hearing, so I decided to bet on my sense of touch to confirm my suspicions. My fingers touched a blurry shadow with a girl's voice.
Setsuna!
The shadow returned my touch, clinging to me with a teary voice, the glossy texture of her hair at my fingertips, sweet smell of citrus at my nostrils. The girl was still in my memories. I didn't remember. I never really forgot. I didn't quite catch that, Sorami. Can anyone still hear me?
Yeah.
The screen is
Yes.
frozen.
Ah,
Yeah,
great.
we can hear you. The screen is frozen.
No, the stream
Oh,
is fine.
once again.
Is anyone good at voicing Muzak?
Dun, 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 dun.
Great job, everyone.
999 bottles of beer on the wall. 999 bottles of beer.
How about now?
Take one down.
Hi.
Oh, Sorami.
It's still loading.
Is it? Yeah, it's still loading for us.
With that, Shadow took the features of a girl, her face drenched in tears. Are you alright? Still loading?
Yes, it is.
Still the small
Yes.
What the
purple
hell?
boxes of
Still
doom.
loading.
The small purple boxes of doom. Duck, what are you doing?
Christ alive, look what you've unlocked with this.
This is the session I go mad again.
I can't. Guys,
Yeah, that's a good question. Why does she always associate citrus with Sorami?
Maybe because she has orange hair.
Orange, though.
I smell like lions,
know.
obviously.
It's just a long shot.
Game show music. I
Crying.
think it'll
Crying.
fall apart.
Maybe her name means citrus?
Anything?
Nope, still the
Loading
two
boxes.
purple boxes of doom.
Still loading.
Why is it happening now?
Yeah, why is it happening now?
Oh, never mind. Sorami does not mean citrus.
Nope.
sounded so disappointed.
Oh no, what does it mean?
Oh, yeah, she sounds shocked at what it actually means.
No,
Does it mean something worse?
means the first syllable Sora means heavens and sky, and then the me means white jasmine. It's nothing dirty. Jeez.
I didn't think so, but you just sounded very disappointed.
No,
Yeah.
it's just like
You sounded like you were filled with dread.
no, it just seemed like it would be.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
So her full name is Heaven's Gate
Aw.
Prostitute?
Okay.
Her full name, her last name is
Dang,
Bimbo.
what kind of laugh was that? That was awesome.
Motley in the house.
I'm
I think we're good now, right?
Okay.
This is a serious scene, you guys.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Okay,
Okay.
we're back.
Okay.
We're back.
Okay,
Fancy.
okay. Yeah.
Sorami couldn't contain her tears. She clung to my arms as if afraid I would disappear, leave her alone again. Her words were unfounded. I would have never left her.
Where are we?
I don't know. I didn't know her location, but I could tell one thing, that a bad omen had a vice-like grip on my heart. Nolan?
'Tis the world that only gods are allowed to enter.
Sorami jumped to her feet, took a deep breath, turned around to see a man looming before us. I did not notice him approach, nor could I feel his presence. I didn't see him right before my eyes. His appearance was quite peculiar. Crystal arms, steel torso, silver legs, only his face gave the impression of a human. Though he seemed more like an artificial construct than a man, the aura surrounding him was that of someone who had transcended everyone and everything, imposing and supreme. If God had indeed taken the shape of a human, I would imagine him looking something like this man. A seemingly perfect design that allowed for no vagueness or taint. Who are you?
Not someone that the past should concern itself with.
The man closed in on me with a steady step, abruptly took hold of my neck. His strength was immense. Resisting was out of the question. Could only pray he didn't crush my vertebrae.
I learned about you, understood you, and perceived you. There's but one thing I have to tell you. You're the worst of the phantoms of the past, a wretch that the future world does not need.
Sorami clutched on the man's arm. Get away from him!
You should comply. You are just wasting your energy.
A shadow of fear ran across Sorami's face as she listened to those words, but she soon came back to her senses, continued trying to tear the man's arm away from me, trying to liberate me from this hold. His strength squeezing my throat, unfortunately, did not wane a fraction. He held me with strength precisely calculated to keep me an inch away from death. I would die. If I didn't do anything, he would, without doubt, now crushing my bones, positively killing me.
Tendu Setsuna, you are the blood, sweat, and tears of the past that failed mankind. The curtain has fallen for you.
The man's hold did not waver, but I could hear a peculiar tinge of warmth in his tone, even though he kind of denied my very existence.
Your role is over. You've exhausted all possible choices in this world. There is no reason for you to continue on living.
Consciousness dimmed. I realized it was this man who launched the all-obliterating beam in the last fight. We weren't transported here by chance. It's all according to his will. I tried struggling, gasping for breath, but his impenetrable hold and dismissive words seemed to suck the last remnants of my energy away. He knew everything about me, with all the information at his disposal, considered that there was no raison d'etre for someone such as myself. And lastly, my brain was telling me plain and clear, this man was invincible. There's not a way in hell could ever to defeat him. Victory was impossible. I had no choice but to abandon the hope of putting up a fight with him.
Pitiful, pathetic, you most miserable wretch. Denied your chance to lord over the world, denied your chance to fill it with poison. You only observed it from the sidelines all this time.
That's a lie was what my mouth tried to struggle out. Indeed was what my heart whispered. It was indeed telling the truth. He knew I never mustered enough will to escape the sidelines.
What our future world needs is someone like her, not you.
Sora... The man's expression changed for the first time, twisting into a mask of contempt.
It is a name you soiled her with. Her true name is...
The man whispered into my ear. I froze, for I knew the meaning of the name, and a grim revelation hit me. Kugutsu Sorami's raison d'etre, in her past. I saw it, all in a split second.
Beg of you, please don't kill him.
She implored the man, sobs choking out her words. The man gave her a nod and tossed me away. I flew through the air. I thought I would hit the ground like a sack of potatoes, but impending thud never came. I opened my eyes to a shocking sight. I was outside of Tokyo Babel. What? I was in the middle of plummeting downward towards the ocean. I tried to fly, but as soon as the notion entered my mind, thorns of harrowing pain dug deep into my brain. God damn it! What was going on? How did I fly till now? The headache was so vile I thought I would split my body apart along my brain. My mind went blank. I didn't figure out how to fly, it's just that my memories of the concept weren't there, erased. If I had to water like this, I would no doubt die. Suddenly, I realized an odd sense of relief had intermingled with the fear currently occupying my heart. Did I want to survive? Could I answer even such a simple question? Did I want to survive? Would it be easier to end everything here? I plummeted towards the ocean. The overwhelming might of gravity would doubtless crush every single bone in my body. All I had to do was close my eyes, cease struggling for the end to come. An unfamiliar face flashed before me for a split second as I closed my eyes. Who was that?
Die! Please, please don't die!
Sorami's cries suddenly rang my mind. Was I hearing things? No, her voice was much too clear, much too vibrant. Certain was a cry Sorami let out. Seeing my peril, I had no notion of how it could have possibly reached me, but currently I had other, more immediate problems to worry about. Her voice revived my interest in survival. I still didn't know anything about this world or myself. Regardless of what the Steel Man has said, there had to be some sort of reason for my existence in this universe. It didn't exist only because I haven't discovered it yet. I had to survive. Filling my mind with that single thought, I grinded my teeth and endured a splitting headache. I couldn't fly. That man probably pried the knowledge out of my mind. Without memories, I was really in a position to start learning a new concept right now. I doubted any of my inherent powers could help in this situation. It was also quite far from the actual wall of Tokyo Babel, so reaching out to it was also out of question. So what could I do? My mind wandered to my pocket dimension where the Piketty sword had been stored. Though I was in a situation where Blade could... Wait. Right! Oh, Avatar of Pride. May your warped pride manifest itself in the shape of a silver line as it scorns and rejects the world at large. Manifesting out of thin air, the silver line let out a piercing growl towards the ever-approaching water. Normally, I use it to neutralize the incoming blast of my foe's magical attacks. In this case, however, I used it on myself. The silver line gave me a glare and roared at me. I was overcome by a debilitating sensation as if my body had been shattered to pieces, but I stopped my fall. I even bounced up into the air a little. The kinetic energy of my fall neutralized. I fell into the water for a much more reasonable 50 meters. Nonetheless, I thought my internal organs would come flying out of my mouth once I hit its surface, for all I did was change to fall from a skyscraper to a fall from a 10-floor high apartment building. Still, it saved me from a very gruesome death, so I was quite happy with this outcome. Swam to the surface and glanced up the sky. I went straight where I fell from. I saw that white world over there. Who was that man? Was Sorami alright? So I'm certain she was safe. I thought the man would want to hurt her. It's more likely to treat her as if she were made of glass. If anything was in danger, it would not her body but her soul. It might very well take control of her mind or try to erase her memories. Future. I uttered her true identity, name that the man whispered to my ear.
Future? It didn't seem like the man in front of me meant harm. At least he didn't abruptly attack, or toss me away like he did to Setsuna. His words, however, hurt me more than any physical action could. He looked straight at me and declared,
I made you.
And when I asked him what I was, he replied,
The future.
Future.
You are an existence from the future. You do not have a past. Your name is a product of Gethel's whimsical nature. You are authentic and immaculate. a woman of the future.
Huh?
I made you the very same day I entrusted you to Gethel. So cease squandering your time looking for your non-existent past.
Strength in my legs gave up, and I plopped onto the ground. The shock was huge enough to paralyze my body, yet my mind was as clear as crystal. I felt as if my heart had been sliced into two halves in the blink of an eye by some master swordsman. I was dead, but I had yet to realize it. I mean, it was... What? But wait! Wait! Why could I remember how to cook then? And I was pretty good at it. I must have learned it from someone.
Cook? I suppose that is because I arranged you to be that way.
Arranged me?
I did not expect Gethel to entrust her eyes to merely the 13th of the samples. I must admit, I am very pleased.
Placed his hand on my cheek. Unable to move, I stared at him.
I made countless humans so far. You, future, are the only one I would deem fitting to be the mother of the new world, to be the Eve of the future.
Eve. That was my true name.
If the truth still eludes you, I shall let you witness it with your own eyes.
As the words finally sunk in, my body tensed up from fear. No. Stop! Stop! Please stop! The man pressed two of his fingers against my forehead. That action proved to be enough for me to remember everything. My whole life. Life that was hardly 1 year long. I was inside some sort of fluid. I had no sense of time. Floating in the tank full of oxygen-rich liquid. I had my mind filled with various information. The word lived would probably be an exaggeration. I merely existed there. To me, inside the tank had not a single thought in her mind. She had yet to grow self-conscious. Her heart was beating, her 5 senses functional, but she wasn't really alive yet. She was ceaselessly filled with information, arranged so it would constitute the woman I currently knew as myself. So that was why I could cook without the need for practice. There was a slight change in the scenery. A girl appeared next to the tank. She was...
Alice?
I think she will do. You should thank your good fortune today, number 13.
It appeared I was the 13th person of the future.
Do I know you? What do you want? You have no business here. I'd appreciate it if you left. Please, my head is about to burst. Get out of here! Out! Out!
Oh my. You are not feeling well?
Yes, I feel so bad. I want to drive my thumbs into my eyes all the way to my brain and give it a good rattle. Can you get out of here already? Please! I don't want to see those things no more. No more. No more!
Then, don't you need this human here?
Human?
I was in the messenger's arms, motionless, like a lifeless doll.
She is a pure human, and one that not God, but made.
Is she beautiful?
Yes, there is not a single trace of taint on this girl. She is chaste and pure, the most innocent of women.
Oh! 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 I can see it! I can see it!
Gethel embraced me.
Let's be together forever! Let's play together forever! I shall be your guardian angel. Or, no, even better, I'll be your family.
Rambling like a maniac, she gently caressed my cheeks.
It's going to be alright. I'll make sure all will go well this time. Like a beautiful world, just for you. A world sweet as a cake. A world that will protect you.
There were tears of joy in Gethel's eyes. But something was strange. Something didn't add up. Messenger gave me a faint smile and faced Gethel.
This one is already the 13th. Try keeping your temper in check this time, alright?
I get it! No need to repeat the same thing over and over!
Ah, so that was how it was. Her mind had already succumbed to madness. She'd already killed countless of beings like myself.
It's gonna be alright this time. It'll work out. We'll attain happiness together. Happiness in my world. Without God.
Ginza took on a different hue around Gethel. Tokyo Babel was being overwritten by her mad mind. Ah, I could remember this part. I see. I sat on a chair, my head resting on the desk. Ah, I could remember this as well. The phone rang, and I opened my eyes. So that was the starting point. Everything indeed seemed to have started from the twilight. So it was then that I was born.
Yes. A year has yet to pass since the time you were born.
My past didn't exist in the first place.
For it was unnecessary.
I nearly let out a chuckle, but contained myself at the last second. I wanted to avoid showing emotion in front of this man. I continued sitting motionless on the ground while the man continued.
You are the only one, save for myself, who can connect to the doors of the future. When the time is ripe, lead the men who will come seeking it.
Wait, what about the others? What about Lilith and Raziel?
Angels and demons are relics of the past. All their effort will be for naught, for they are forever barred from the future. To wither away is their only fate.
Satsuna. The man's features twisted into a mask of contempt
Tendu Setsuna is the embodiment of a failed past. He is an incarnate of those unable to move on. Together with God, they are abortions unfit to inhabit the new world.
No. He was so cruel. He was beyond cruel. Everyone was trying their best. Everyone was trying their best to survive, and yet...
Stay here.
He took his leave after saying that. I gazed at his back absent-mindedly, and even after he disappeared into the distance, I continued to stare at that spot. I wanted to, but I couldn't bring myself to cry. I couldn't tell if the revelation was something I should shed tears over. Who am I? It appeared my name had now become Eve. I felt sick. No one blessed my birth. There was no family looking for me. I was born just the other day. I was As my thoughts reached that point, I wrapped my arms around myself, unable to contain my sobs, started to cry. No! No! Nonsense! I am Sorami! I am Kugutsu Sorami! How can I not be myself? It makes no sense. No! I trembled as the thought of myself turning into someone else. I shed tears at becoming Eve. I lamented my hollow self. Setsuna! 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 I'm scared. Please, help me. Please. I howled like a little child. Howled for Setsuna to save me. And eventually, I cried myself hollow. I took the truth in. I was made a little while ago. I was some garbage thing that didn't even have a past. The past I was looking for didn't exist. There was not a thing I ever learned out of my own volition. Both my body and soul had been designed. Someone of godly powers arranged me so. My world shattered to pieces and returned to dust. And with a heavy creak, so did my heart.
I languidly drifted atop the calm sea. The skill to find the sky had vanished clean out of my mind. I could remember doing it without difficulty, yet for the life of me, I couldn't remember how. So all I could do now was float atop the sea of hell. I already drifted somewhere far away where not even Tokyo Babel remained in sight. I survived somehow, but that was all. Sorami's safety more or less guaranteed, my mind cooled down enough to wander. My thoughts mostly focused on the identity of the mysterious man. First, he couldn't have been human. Everything about him was too otherworldly. That would make him either an angel or a demon. I had to pick one. Say it was the former. Astaroth, Belial, Lilith, they meshed well with the image had formed of demons by now. It was cold and ruthless, with a precise machine that screamed angel. However, angel with so much power, not to mention its peculiar shape, would doubtless been preserved in the annals of history. However, I couldn't find a single speck of information about such an angel in my database. Unless it was one of those already filled file data MIA. Uniform Master Angels, perhaps? As apart from them, I could only think of Camael, Raziel, and set upon to have that much power. I shut down my, at this point, idle thoughts. Probably check Pandora's library before continuing with this riddle. For now, though, I have to find a way to return to Tokyo Babel. Leviathan, You're here, aren't you? Okay, James feeling for Leviathan. Something hard pressed against my back and burst out of the water. I see Astaroth gave way for the barrel of scales. I took a breath of relief and a nostalgic touch of solid ground. Men weren't made to float atop the sea like jellyfish. The sense of soothing comfort abandoned me after the first hour in the water.
I didn't know what to make of it when you suddenly plopped down from the sky.
Some angel teleported me to a strange place up there, and cast me down with hardly a word.
That's some rotten luck. Although, I suppose it's true, everything has a silver lining. He could have killed you first.
Did you bring me to Tokyo Babel?
I shan't take more than 2 hours. Come, take a seat on my head, lad.
I positioned myself with his head.
Well then, why don't you tell me the whole story on the way, Tendo Setsuna?
Yeah, we told Leviathan about everything that transpired. We reached the third stratum, how Adam fought Uriel, how Uriel seemed to have already been hurt by someone, how an inexplicable being flew our way, how we were brought to that world in which apparently only gods were allowed to enter, and how the mysterious man told me Kugutsu Sorami was from the future. I described the man's appearance to the slightest detail, vaguely hoping Leviathan might have an idea who the culprit was.
An angel with arms of crystal. He has an artificial, machine-like vibe about him. I can't say I've ever heard of an angel of that description.
Can't rule out the possibility of him being a demon.
I am not aware of a peculiar character like that among our ranks, either. Wait, hold up. I may have something.
Leviathan jerked his head once.
To tell you the truth, I had this inkling that I've been forgetting one angel for a while now.
Forgetting?
But something doesn't quite feel right about it. Almost as if I was made to forget him.
He could have raised himself in the past somehow, both from the books and memories of those who might have known him. Leviathan gave me a thoughtful eye.
Wait a moment, lad. There might still remain a book with his name. He couldn't have erased everything from every single parallel world.
Rechecked. I couldn't find anything.
Have you considered the possibility that you might have made unable to perceive his name, rather than it being absent from the writings?
Perceive. Indeed, because unable to perceive his name would merit less trouble than going through every single book ever written. That would mean his influence reached up to Camael and Astaroth, and forgotten his name just the same.
If all records had been erased, there's not much we can do. However, if my theory is correct, there is still hope.
I considered the idea for a moment, so we just had to remember his name. Someone had deliberately concealed his origins to block his name out of our psyches. Lucifuge wasn't a sole victim. His influence reached out to tens of thousands of angels, demons, and humans. It was only to block out a single name. The amount of power needed to achieve that must have been staggering. However, it didn't seem like he managed to erase himself completely without trace. As, like Leviathan, if one thought about it, could soon notice the absence of it, if not remembering the actual name itself. The gate with his name behind it had been shut and locked in our minds, but if we recalled the magic word, His name, they would open, and everything would likely return to normal. All I had was to find out who he was. With his name and identity in hand, I could instantly pull all the information on the man, as long as I had reliable data, could devise a plan to defeat him. Sorami. To tell the truth, I would have loved nothing more than to rush atop Tokyo Babel to meet her right away. But unfortunately, such a feat was currently impossible to me. I didn't know her current location. Still, I know one thing. If I continue ascending Tokyo Babel, I would doubtless meet this man again. Clutch onto my chest. Thinking of Sorami would make my heart race, disturb its usual rhythm. How is she feeling now? Is she facing death? Shivering from fear? I swore to protect her, yet this very end up by the third stratum would have blown my head off right here and now if I didn't have to save her. Kind of ironic now that I thought about it. I didn't care about living or dying. I was ready to face death whenever it came upon me. Yet it was Sorami at my side. It gave me everything. I struggled to survive. Every cell in my body wished to save her.
We're almost there, lad.
I cast my regrets aside with his words. I finally make Tokyo Babel out in distance. Looking at it like this, I couldn't help but wonder how on earth such a massive object could possibly float in the sea. A giant rhombus of rusted steel languidly drifting in the balanced sea. I should probably best avoid trying to apply the law of conservation of mass to this phenomenon.
Do you remember the coordinates of where you removed the plate last time?
Yeah, I do. I consulted my memory and found the information right away. It was filled alongside my most treasured memories.
Very well. In that case, let us...
We need to ask what happened, for I myself spotted someone seemingly waiting for us on the outside Tokyo Babel, next to the very plate we were heading to. A girl with long, glossy hair, eyes empty of emotion. The way she rose from her sitting position, rather than an angel or demon, reminded me of a ghost. I remember seeing her before. I was about to call out to her. It suddenly flew into the air. A clump of magical energy built up around her right hand. The need to see her face to tell she was set on killing me. I jumped backwards and ran down Leviathan's neck, retreating to his back. The girl landed on Leviathan's head without a hint of hesitation.
Messenger, is that you?
The girl, not paying Leviathan the slightest attention, lunged towards me. Came up with an inquiring as to her objective, and ready to sort of 7 deadly sins for battle. She was likely related to a mysterious man. She was an enemy. Oh, beast of gluttony! I summoned Giant Boar with a swing of my sword. Meanwhile, Messenger's right hand took on a blindingly white glow. Throwing it towards the mouth of the charging beast. Next moment, the boar exploded in a gruesome spectacle of gore. The pieces of the beast turned to dust, setting around the girl who had yet to take a step.
I am Remiel, the Thunder of God, though you might know me better as Messenger.
I knew her name. The angels sent visions and dreams to humans to convey the word of God. And also, you're the initiator of this whole pilgrimage business.
Indeed, conveying the word of God was my one true charge for an eternity.
She declared her duty in the past tense. God ordered you to attack me too?
No, but it is the will of the new Lord to have you erase. Your presence does not but hinder her progress.
Who's this her? A smile ran on the lips of the messenger as she caught the irritation in my voice.
Oh, but you already know, do you not? The one who used to be called Kugutsu Sorami?
Not letting you discard her past.
That name is but Gethel's whimsical invention.
Unable to contain my anger, I charged at her. As soon as her right hand took on a blindingly white glow again, I found myself blasted to the very edge of Leviathan's back.
The most passionate, beautiful, and terrible of Mother Nature's whims. Thunder is my servant.
Slowly stood up. Either didn't hit me or had been a feint, or she held back on purpose. Either way, I didn't suffer significant damage and could promptly resume the fight. Though, at the moment, I was much more interested in hearing what she had to say, smashing and chopping with Kedoa's weight. You not seem mad. Are you now serving that man? Danger to the future, perhaps? Messenger smiled at my question.
I am one of the chosen ones. You, as a relic of the past, do not interest the new lord. But I thought it wouldn't be wise to underestimate you.
Messenger raised her right arm, and with a blast of thunder, a weapon appeared in her hand. I think that they call it a weapon, that is. About 1 meter in length, with a rapier with multiple tips. It didn't appear right to try and classify that thing as a sword.
You fill me with fear. You're terrifying. I feel like you might ruin everything in Tokyo Babel like this. So I shall put an end to you here and now.
She took a step forward to put me in effective range of her sword. It's not she was close quarters combatant. I read my own Baketti's sword to defend myself. There's no way she could actually swing that strange needle sword effectively. I only had to watch out for thrusts.
Ha!
I had time to blink an eye before a thrust flew my way like a lightning bolt. Lunged sideways to evade it, swinging my sword at her neck. The arm wriggled like a snake, and defying the physics of human joints, bent backwards, the needle sword parrying my swing. How did she possibly expect to stop my sword with an edgeless weapon? I had more power than my push to break out with the sword's lock. Then it hit me. Her weapon was neither rapier or estoc or stiletto. I had my sword locked with a lightning rod. A shiver ran down my spine. Before my body could react, she launched it.
My feet shan't outrun God's radiance. Thunderclap.
Human bodies have had two choices when pain rose above a certain threshold: lose consciousness or die from shock. Unfortunately, I, the relic of the past, as Messenger had already kindly noted, is not designed to give in to pain. The matter is intensity. The most rigid of frames, supporting my bones, countless nanomachines pumping adrenaline in my blood, magical defenses I had newly learned, protecting my vitals. The 7 beasts I summoned to act as my shield. I did everything I had to protect myself, and still...
Pain impedes your movement. You shouldn't underestimate it.
It hurt. It hurt! I felt as every single nerve in my body had been torn out and punctured with needles. I threw up yesterday's dinner and collapsed in a fetal position. I could do nothing but lie there in convulsive pain. Meanwhile, she calmly regarded my shameful display. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up! Hurry!
It hurts, doesn't it? You feel sick, don't you? Oh, if only it would end, and liberation could come quicker. I can put it to a stop if you so wish.
She gently, though my presence tasted to hurt like hell, placed a foot on my head and pressed into the ground. She then kicked my temple. I was completely helpless. Already at the edge of Leviathan's back, I proceeded to slide down towards the water after a kick. If I was the same as a few days ago, I'd probably perished here, given up and braced to end. I clung to the barrel scales. The present me was different. I now discovered legitimate raison d'etre, but I still found something that compelled me to keep on living. With our remaining strength into the action, I inched slightly forward. There's nowhere on earth I was leaving her alone. I turned my juvenile stubbornness into fuel for my battle engine, to drive for my survival instinct. I couldn't lose, not in a place like this. I won't give up. Gritting my teeth, I crawled through the scales, leaving a trail of tears and vomit behind.
Doesn't it hurt?
Witnessing my comeback, Messenger cocked her head to the side. It hurt like hell. I killed to get this agonizing pain away. But now wasn't time to mull over the superficial. Pain was something that could be endured. I'm not done yet! I refused to acknowledge my end, In return, Messenger closed her eyes and lowered her weapon.
You'd rather continue fighting than plead for liberation?
I saw a faint smile run across her lips. Sheathing her weapon, she turned her back to me. Perfect chance to attack, but I couldn't bring myself to move.
In this world, there yet remains a scripture that has the name of the grand angel you are looking for inscribed.
What?
The sacred writings of the most holy of books, the Sefer Raziel, that your friend would give her life to recover. Even the dazzling radiance of the new Lord could not penetrate that one gospel. It currently rests in the 6th stratum of Tokyo Babel. With its word in your heart, you shall attain the honor of facing the new Lord one more time. But be certain to steel your heart, mortal. Raziel is the herald of divine secrets. Being at her side means you shall face the true madness of this world. Seek sanctuary in Adam and Eve, if you nonetheless choose to pursue the path of peril. Those two are the only ones whom madness cannot taint. And so it seems the time's nigh for me to take my leave.
Messenger, as abruptly as she had appeared, leapt to Leviathan's head and towards Tokyo Babel, disappearing within the confines of its walls. When I remained in Leviathan's back, standing at a complete loss for words.
Still alive and kicking, lad.
Leviathan's voice pulled me back to reality. I think so. What on earth did she come here for?
My bet would be on a whim of sorts. But you know the angels. A serious lot they are.
What would happen if I gave up? Did she actually expect me to resist her? Did she not care either way? Well, I don't think it will lead me to the answer. What matters is that I survived. So I'd be dead now, not for her mercy. Leviathan, do you think I would have perished if she didn't stop the fight short?
Well, most likely, yes.
I wish I was stronger. No, I had to become stronger. Strong enough to triumph over impossible odds and shape the world in impossible selfish ways. Such was my role in this reality.
We're here.
Leviathan, to find a reason for one's existence on a way to become truly strong in this world.
It is indeed.
Then, if I was only a step away, I already formed a verse. All I had left was to engrave it into my soul and sing it to the world. I jumped towards Tokyo Babel with Leviathan's head, landing one of the outer platforms. Received the coordinates of the plate we had removed during the double date.
The method is the same as from the inside. Merely slide the thing sideways.
Nodding into Leviathan's instructions, I removed the plate, climbed through the newly opened fissure, attached the plate back to its original position. Before space could completely close, my eyes met the sea serpents. I gave him a small bow. Thank you for your help.
Think nothing of it. It's not like I have much else to do around here. Safe travels, lad.
With that, Leviathan plunged headfirst to the depths of the ocean. Was he planning to spend eternity wandering these seas all alone? Well, to each its own, and to think about returning to Pandora as soon as possible. I hurried to Ginza. There was a clock tower and entered Pandora. My first destination was the night duty room we usually spend most of our time at. Best course of action right now was to confirm the current situation with Lilith and Raziel. I entered the corridor, but I could barely take a step before his outlandish appearance hit me like a hammer. Huh? The devastated walls of the place looks like they've been hit by a cannonball, picked into a nearby classroom just in case. But not a ghost was inside. I checked another one to find it as empty and wrecked as the one before. There's one thing I could be sure of, so the battle raged here. Who is this? Camael? Nolan?
I see. Seems you just couldn't wait for your time, you old fuck.
Oh, that voice. Belial?
Watch your mouth, whippersnapper. How dare you, a lowly jurist, stand in the way of our ambition?
The voice that answered probably belonged to Astaroth's butler, Lucifuge. To take a better look at what was going on and jump outside through a hole in the corridor's wall. It was meant by a surreal sight indeed. Belial flew through the air and tumbled down the dusty road.
Belial!
Camael leapt forward and stabbed at his prone frame and vanished the very next moment.
Huh?
Camael turned around to me with Belial's fist, and it was the angel's turn to eat dirt.
Truth is a daughter of time. Deception is a daughter of darkness.
Illusion?
Annoying scourge.
Lucifuge seemed to have his hands full fending off Camael's angels. Meanwhile, his own subordinates, more precisely, Astaroth's demons, pursued Belial.
Eat this, shithead.
Belial jumped at Lucifuge, but Camael got in his own way. Who then in turn received a hefty kick from Lucifuge from behind.
This is insane. I can't tell who I'm fighting anymore.
Why the hell did you just kick me?
Hell if I know!
The scene was that of complete chaos.
Hey, what are you doing over there, boy? Friend or foe? Better make it clear before I blast you away.
Lilith? Lilith, Belial, Camael, and Lucifuge turned to me. However, there was neither animosity nor malice, neither goodwill nor relief in their eyes. All of them gave me an identical look. When a kind of careful consideration that you give a complete stranger.
Answer me!
Setsuna. Does the name Tendu Setsuna sound familiar to you in any way? Stopping to think for a second, she proceeded to shake her head. In other words, no, she had no idea who I was.
Never heard of anyone like that. Huh? Wait!
I turned around and darted back inside the school. No one followed me. Instead, the sounds of battle resumed. I didn't panic, more or less understood what had happened here. The mysterious man pulled one of his memory tricks again. That very nearly killed me, yet even I had almost forgotten him again already. The scene where he strangled me had already half faded from my memory. At this point, all I could remember was the fact that such a thing occurred, but not how it transpired exactly. Nor could I recall his face and build. All details of his appearance had already vacated my mind. A few more hours and I'd probably forget I ever met him. Apparently, I myself was under influence of the same power. Everyone seems to have forgotten about my face, and the words were shared. Everything about me. It's like it was more thoroughly expunged from history than the mysterious man himself. But not only was he an angel of immense power, his history might have been as long as that of Earth itself. There was no easy man to forget, I assumed. I, however, met everyone the other day. A history that meager must have been no great hurdle to completely erase. Well, whatever. The situation was of secondary importance now. I was very much curious about the whereabouts of Raziel and Adam and Eve. Where were they now? What prompted everyone here to suddenly war against each other? It had to be someone calm and collected who could ask for information. Ah, yes, they might be able to help me. So it seemed like a... Oh.
Spent what seemed like an eternity curled up in a fetal position, sniffling like a newborn babe. By the end of it, I found myself losing interest in myself, and the whole world for that matter. Thinking to jump down from the edge of the cloud and put an end to it all, I stood up and wandered into the blindingly white waste. That metal guy said it was the world only gods could enter. Like I cared. Like I cared. Like I cared. Like I cared!
I would not recommend wandering away too far.
Who are you? I was too exhausted to care about anything in the world. The sudden appearance of a girl behind me could hardly unnerve me at this point. Though, upon closer inspection, I realized there was something about her face that... Did I meet her before? Beauty would be one word to describe her. Or maybe cutie. Well, there were a bunch of words to describe girls like her, I guess. A gentle enchantress. A cool beauty. A natural looker. Well, whatever. One thing I could tell about her was that she was positively beautiful, and that her good looks didn't seem very human-like, and had a kind of otherworldly aura about it. Ghostly, even. She seemed like the kind of apparition that would that'd pocket your soul and plunge it down to the depths of hell when you weren't looking. A creepy kind of looker if I ever saw one. And then it hit me. She was the one that oversaw me when I was still floating in the tank. The one that chose and brought me out to the world. You're the girl that brought me to Gethel, aren't you? The girl gave me a small nod.
Yes, I am Messenger, an angel of the new Lord.
Messenger?
Yes, a herald of God's word, a master of dreams and visions.
I'm...
Eve, are you not?
My name is Sorami. Messenger shook her head in silence to my hoarse objection.
You are Eve.
Before I knew what I was doing, I grabbed hold of both of her shoulders. No, I'm not Eve. Call me Kugutsu Sorami. Please, call me by my name. Messenger let out a mirthful chuckle.
But I cannot. I am deeply sorry if you do not find it to your liking, but...
Of course I don't. I can't take this anymore. I fell down on my knees. Maybe I wasn't named Kugutsu Sorami out of love or anything, but it was still a name everyone used to call me. Setsuna! I would have given anything to see him again. To have him hold my hand again. I imagined he'd take my heritage in without batting an eye. Regard me with that aloof expression of his regardless of who I was. But he'd disappeared. I didn't know if he was dead or not. If I could even hope to ever meet him again.
He is all right, you know. I forwarded him a message from you.
I raised my mess of a face, astonished. A message? What do you mean? Wait, is Setsuna all right?
I told him not to die, just as you wished.
could recall screaming something along those lines in the heat of the moment. Messenger suddenly pointed towards the white nothing.
The new lord expelled him from Tokyo Babel. I do not know if you two will ever meet again, but he is fine. For now.
So he's alive? You're sure of it?
Yes, I am quite positive. He is alive and well.
I see. That's good. Messenger cocked her head to the side in response to my breath of relief.
Are you sure? He found his way back to Tokyo Babel, but he no longer knows how to fly. I doubt he has a good chance of rescuing you if that's what you are expecting.
He'll save me.
I must say, I find that possibility very unlikely.
I was pretty good at enduring things. As long as I knew Setsuna was alright, I felt like I could cope with anything. Since I knew he'd come and save me, no matter what. In fact, I myself was almost perplexed by the strength of this groundless conviction. That stupid white witch could go ahead and think me delusional. I didn't care. Setsuna. I prayed for the first time in my life. To God or gods or whoever else that would help. I wanted something to rely on. To help me meet Setsuna again. Like a newborn babe, I knew nothing of the real world. But I knew Setsuna. I knew that lukewarm look in his eyes. It was Setsuna who presented me both with my memories and the short past I got. I finally realized love flared in my heart. I loved him so much I felt my heart would burst. I spent the following couple of seconds whimpering, but realizing Messenger's impervious gaze on me, I promptly forced myself to stop. Why did you give us to Gethel? What right had Gethel to slaughter us? Weren't we supposed to live in the future?
We thought that was the best way to have one of you inherit Gethel's eyes. We knew that in her madness, she would force them on whoever caused her mortal harm.
Gethel's eyes that could see through all lies and deception. I was chosen to inherit them. Not by anything as grandiose as fate, though. I was a random carrot in the supermarket that caught the eye of an important customer. And so she chose to fling me into the world of madness.
We couldn't quite coerce Gethel into doing what we wanted, so the new lord had no choice but to trust fate in this particular matter. Still, he prepared over 100 samples for this venture, so I'd say we did quite well, if anything.
No one could take Gethel's away. No one could take Gethel's eyes away by force. They had to find a way to have her surrender them voluntarily. So they had no choice but to be patient and proceed using trial and error. I took a step back in response to her horrid revelation. The 12 before me likely found themselves in a similar situation of life and death as myself, and suffered the latter instead.
The one who has Gethel's eyes, presently yourself, has the power to define the otherwise ambiguous future.
Is that why I'm here?
Yes. The new lord couldn't possibly let you scamper around Pandora when you have such a useful power at your disposal.
I let my head slump forward. A life shorter than a babe's, with hardly as much freedom as a bird in a cage. I was not here because of fate, but out of sheer necessity. My wishes were never granted no matter how I wished for it. The world would never move according to my will. I was someone the world did with as it saw fit. I only walked forward because someone pushed my back. Wish for it or not, my future had already been defined.
Well, I shall be on my way. May you be free from all the ills in the world.
I wrapped my arms around myself and glanced around the empty land, the world of pure white that only gods were allowed to enter. I didn't know why, but it terrified me to the bone. An artificial world of perfectly systematic. An artificial world of perfectly systematized nothingness. And without anything else to do, unable to do anything. I closed my eyes, curled back up into a fetal position, and ceased thinking.